Hey guys, iisaiahlebron here, back again with another video. This video is about the number one reason why you cannot book appointments for your SMMA. And you probably came around or heard about this principle or the statement, you don't have a business problem, you have a personal problem that reflects inside your business. And that is essentially why you can't book meetings. And I want to go further into that and also give you my own experiences on how I overcame that, and also digging deep on why I believe certain things and how it was inhibiting me to actually book calls and book meetings for my SMMA. And the reason why I was thinking about this recently is because just 2 years ago, when I started my whole SMMA sort of agency owner, really online business, just online money as a whole, about 2 years ago, I always had an SMMA. I always was in the SMMA industry, and this problem still occurs today with people that I talk to, even experienced agency owners, and even, of course, beginner agency owners that want to start their own agency, that want to start their own business. This still is occurring today, and it kind of baffles me because, it's one of those things where if you just turn on a little switch in your belief system and in your mind, like the floodgates will open in terms of signing clients, getting appointments onto the calendar, and actually being confident in doing those activities, deploying your strategy. So as mentioned, when I was talking to my business partner, and we're starting our new offering, he mentioned, it's so easy for us to get calls. It's so easy for us to get appointments. So we're not obviously we're gonna focus on that because we need business coming in and we need appointments on the calendar. But we don't really need to focus on that because we know that won't be a bottleneck for us. And so the contrast to that, so when I was speaking with a beginner agency owner, it's just, he was just saying, like, or even, let's just take an established agency owner, agency owner that, is doing $80K a month, with his videography agency. He just kept saying, I don't know how to book calls. It's just so hard to book calls. I don't believe in cold email. I don't believe in outbound. And it reflected those faulty beliefs reflected inside of his business, because I would take a look at his calendar. He would show me, and there'd be white space everywhere, right? And so I was just thinking in my mind, well, of course you're not booking calls, because what you just told me, you are reflecting what you believe is true, which is not, right? But since he believes that cold email is hard, since he believes outbound is a waste of time, since he believes outbound trashes his brand identity, since he believes these things, his actions come from those beliefs, because we can't act on something we don't believe in. That just will cause us cognitive dissonance. So we only act in accordance to our own beliefs, right? So since he believes those things, he's bottlenecking himself. And even at the level where he's making, under $1 million a year, and he has a pretty lean team, a lot of people rely on him, he still has these faulty beliefs that is inhibiting his business growth. And that's just, that tells a tale of you have a personal problem manifesting within your business. And, just to add on, to that particular situation, he has all the skills, all the strategies that he needs to deploy to actually get calls, right? He has the infrastructure, he has the team he has the offer, but because of his beliefs, he's not deploying those strategies. And, I was having this conversation. It was so painful for me to hear this, because literally all he needs to do is change his perception and his belief system in just a little bit to the left, to align with what's in accordance. Because since he believes those things, once again, he thinks those beliefs are true, which they're not, which is very, very painful to witness. And of course, when you're talking to these type of folks, it's a challenge to break down those beliefs without, egos flaring up. So I invite you to, when you're doing these exercises, and when you're looking at your limiting beliefs that are inhibiting you to book appointments for your agency, notice how your ego sort of flares up and kind of kicks a fuss and kind of says, like, no, this is not true. Of course, this belief is true. You always held this belief. Why would you discard it now? And that is just your old self trying to bring down your evolving self, your aligned self, back to where it is comfortable. But as you may know, guys, seldom do we progress in comfortable situations. So I just wanted to get that there, because even at that guy's level, when he's doing 80K a month and he has a team, at that point, the business is not him. It's still him. He's still at the forefront, but he also has a team and whatnot. But since he is the leader of the team, he's most likely pushing these beliefs onto his team, right? So he's just bottlenecked heavily, and this is a regular occurrence. I talk to agency owners on a daily basis. I am an agency owner, so I went through that period. But especially you agency owners who want to start beginning your agency from the ground up. Maybe you just got into this space, or maybe you've been in this space for a year or two, but you haven't even cracked 2K a month, 3K a month, 5K a month, 10K a month. At that stage, you are the business. So when I say you don't have a business problem, I do believe that we don't have business problems. You only have business problems, practical business problems, once you're above a certain level. Let's just say once you're above around 100K a month. Leading up to that point, you are the business, right? So every problem that you have in your business is being manifested by your goals, of course, but those goals come from your thoughts, which is, your thoughts are not yourself, but yourself creating those goals, right? So this is what this diagram is about, and I haven't even touched the diagram. I just wanted to preface the foundations of why I think this is, and to tell you the understanding of why this actually happens. But here's this diagram here that I created. First, we have the self and its beliefs. That is the overarching premise of this diagram, right? So this diagram is fit under the self and its beliefs. And then here is your perceived self, sort of the meta perception that you have of yourself, looking at yourself, right? So this can kind of get, I promise this is not woo-woo information. This is deep psychological stuff, but I am putting it in a very simple way, just for you to understand it and weed out the bottlenecks, because business is very, very simple once you understand your own bottlenecks and start to gather solutions to clear out that bottleneck, so you can have consistent throughput in your daily life, systems, business, and whatnot. So say you have a goal, right? And I'll come back to this in a second with a concrete example down here. But say you have a goal, right? And then there is beliefs around the goal. And naturally, pain and pressure will manifest, the 3 Ps, right? Pain, pressure, and there was another one that I had here, but it was pain, pressure, and I think maybe pleasure that you get from these goals, right? The 3 Ps. Right, so when you create a goal, you automatically manifest beliefs around that goal, and based on your beliefs, it's either going to, it's in percentages, so you might have more pain around this goal because of the beliefs that you have around that goal, right? And these beliefs that circle around your goal dictate how fast you get there, or not necessarily how fast, but how good of a time you are having in that process of reaching that goal, right? So I put a lock above this because you can unlock this if you have the key. You can unlock these bottlenecks, and this right here, this rhombus, if you will, there's millions of these, right? There's millions of these, and they're always there when you set a goal. And as long as you can figure out how to root out those beliefs and instill new ones that serve your goal and get you there faster, then the bottlenecks will be open, and you won't ever have a problem, or a perceived problem on reaching your goal, right? Because you can reach your goal, whatever it is, you can reach your goal. You just have to figure out the bottlenecks, right? There's always a reason. There's always a reason why you're not at that goal, and you just have to figure out that reason. And usually 9 times out of 10, it's your own beliefs. And it's literally yourself holding yourself back. It's insane. So say you have beliefs around a certain goal that manifests itself, and then you come down here. are these beliefs serving the goal? Are these goal-serving beliefs? No? Well, it's going to be harder to reach the goal, right? But are these so goal-serving beliefs, if it is a goal-serving belief, it's easier to reach the goal, perceived easier. That's why I have quotations around it, because it's not really easier. We're just taking out that bottleneck, right? We're taking out that substance, that object that is inhibiting the flow, right? So it's going to be easier to reach the goal with your self-serving beliefs, with the goal-serving beliefs, right? So that goal is going to be reached. And then, as entrepreneurs, naturally, we want to create new goals, right? We have new goals, we have new revenue marks, we have new things we want to buy, right? So new goals will manifest once you reach your goal. If you are ambitious, of course. If you just want to stay stagnant, then that is something that you just want to do. But for us entrepreneurs, we always want to strive for the next best thing. So after you reach that goal, you will then create new goals, and then the system plays out again, right? So with this new goal, do the beliefs serve the goal? Yes. Well, then it's going to do the same thing. It's going to conduct the same flywheel. If it's no, well, then it's going to be harder to reach, and then you got to reevaluate your goal, right? So it's literally this entire system works out every single time you create a goal, and every time you reach a goal, you naturally create a new goal. And just to put this in a concrete perspective, so of course we have the self and its beliefs, and then we have the perceived self. So say our goal is 15 qualified meetings every single week, right? And our beliefs around the goal, our beliefs around the goal are meetings are hard to get and outreach doesn't work, right? So we believe these things, and these are real beliefs that people have, right? A big belief that people have is they think cold email doesn't work, cold outbound doesn't work, and that's very, very faulty. So, of course, outbound's not going to work if you don't believe it's going to work. So, since you have these faulty beliefs, meetings are hard to get, right? Meetings are hard to get. That means it's going to be harder to reach the qualified 15 meetings every week, because we perceive 15 meetings hard to get, so we're going to act in accordance to that belief. So we might not even deploy the strategies. We might not even do outbound in general. We might not even put the first step forward to get that first meeting, right? Because we think meetings are hard to get, so we're not even going to try. Or we're going to have a lot of resistance, right? But say you have a belief that appointment booking is easy. Just like my business partner and I, we can book 60 meetings a month with our eyes closed, right? Appointment booking is very easy for us. And I call this conducive excellence. Conducive excellence is when you have goal-serving beliefs that work in a well-oiled machine that gets you to your goal a lot faster. So appointment booking is easy. It has conducive excellence with other self-serving beliefs that we have, good beliefs, positive beliefs that help the goal. And then that will help us reach our goal a lot faster, or perceived to be easier, because we're not inhibiting ourselves. Right, so that goal is going to get reached, and then we manifest a new goal. Now we want 20 meetings a week, right? If we think 20 meetings a week is easy, well, then it's going to be easy to reach that goal. If we think 20 meetings a week is hard, well, it's going to be harder to reach the goal, and now we have to go back to our base goal, or actually figure out what the next goal is, right? Or what the next best goal is, right? So you can literally take this entire diagram here, this entire system of the self and its beliefs and the perceived self and conducive excellence, and apply it to every single situation possible. It's not only just for your beliefs. And that should really unveil the hood and have you figure out why you're not booking meetings. And the reason why you're not booking meetings is because of those beliefs. So I implore you to figure out what those beliefs are and install new ones. And with the topic of booking appointments for your SMMA, this is the number one reason. And once you work through this, you're going to have a better time, having the correct paradigm and actually booking the calls and being confident in taking those calls as well. Because, of course, we do need the right copy. We do need the right offer. We do need the right infrastructure. All these practical things, all these strategies, all the, the stimulus, those are important, right? But as long as you don't understand your own beliefs and the principles around these things, you'll forever be chasing stimulus. You'll forever be chasing strategies, and strategies come and go. But once you understand these principles, you can then build your offer, build converting copy from those beliefs that have conducive excellence. And you can it'll just come natural to you to build good offers, build good copywriting, and be consistent with it to get qualified meetings, because you have those beliefs that are serving that goal. So you're automatically you're going to be attracted to, creating the right strategies, right? Instead of finding the next best thing. Hopefully I articulated that well. I've been recently, all these things have always been in my mind, and I never had the chance to articulate it. So I am working and improving on my articulation of these ideas and concepts, but I'll still keep shelling out value for you guys, and this will really move the needle for you. And let me know what you think about this. Let me know if you have any questions or comments about this. And like and subscribe, of course. And if you do want help figuring out what these beliefs are and actually building a system that will book you 60 meetings a month, and if you want to scale to 10K to 20K a month in the next 6 months, DM me on Instagram, and I'll create you a free growth plan on how I'll be able to do that and where we're going to take you from where you're at now. All right? Have a great day, guys. Cheers.